Today we're going to talk about the coordinate plane, or it is sometimes called the Cartesian plane also. And so with the coordinate plane, what you have is you're going to have two lines like this that go back and forth. The boxes may not be there, or the lines, you might have to draw them yourselves and decide what they are. But in the coordinate plane, what you have is the line that goes left to right, the horizontal line is always the x-axis. And that is the first point you plot is the x-axis. And so when you're plotting a point, it's actually going to be x comma y. So you plot the x first and then the y. And so the y-axis goes up here. So again, when you plot a point, it's going to be a point that is x comma y, where you plot the x first and then you plot the y. And so that's going to come into play later on when you're plotting points. But you go x first, left to right first, and then y up and down. And we'll talk about that more later on. So that is the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane. And so then also you need to know what the origin is. The origin is at 0, 0, which is where you always start. And now that you know positive and negative numbers, the positive will go to the right, the negative goes to the left, and then the positive goes up and the negative goes down. So this coordinate here is going to be negative, negative. And we'll talk about that too. And so now that you know what the x-axis is, the y-axis, and the origin, we're going to talk about the quadrants. And so you have 4 quadrants, and when you write the name of a quadrant, you write it in Roman numerals. So you have quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. So it starts in the top right, and it goes counterclockwise to go 2, 3, and 4. And if you want to know what the points are, they are going to be, I'll write them down really quick. So when you plot the points, which you're going to be doing later, the quadrant 1 will be 2 positive points, positive, positive. Quadrant 2 will be a negative, positive, because the left is negative and up is positive. Quadrant 3 will be a negative, negative, and quadrant 4 will be a positive, negative. And these will come to play when you start to graph in the coordinate plane, which we'll do in the next lesson. But that is what we have. We have the x-axis that goes left to right, the y-axis that goes up and down, the origin, which is 0, 0, and then your quadrants 1, 2, 3, and 4.